Hello, it's Polish Pol VR, welcome to my channel, and in this video we going to talk about GORN. This is the third preview of the game I'm doing because it's one of the most anticipated PlayStation VR games, so as a Christmas treat I decided to do another video. The disclaimer is, as always in previews, the footage is captured from the PC, but I played the game and I'm gonna tell you about the mechanics and stuff. As the title says, there is no new info about GORN, so don't expect me to give you release date or anything, because there is nothing new what the developer said. Maybe, or maybe it is. Maybe I'm just saying it on purpose and there will be some surprises later. No, I'm joking, there ain't. Right, okay, let's talk about the GORN. So, first of all, I would like to talk a bit about the Locomotion System, because even though, you know, on PC you've got thumbsticks and stuff, on PS Move controllers, of course you don't have those, but for GORN you don't need them anyway, because you walk in by waving your hands around, so you need to press button, and kind of like you're running in sprint vector, you walking forward and stuff. But if you look at the gameplay, all those gladiators, they got tiny little legs, and they're super small, their bodies are big, legs are tiny, and your legs are kind of like that as well. Even though you cannot see those, you can feel them, because even if you're moving, your steps seems to be very tiny because you've got tiny little legs. So it's got this physical movement system, and of course while playing the game, the GORN is very physical game as well. So if you're looking for some kind of exercise, then you definitely gonna find it in GORN. The forehead juices will be back, absorbing to your headset. Then when you taking it off, there will be drying inside this foam what sticks to your forehead, and then you'll be reabsorbing those while you start playing PSVR again. So very nice for people who don't own the headband, get a headband. Now, also in this game, apart from fighting tons of enemies, there is tons and tons of different weapons. Some of them are more hilarious than other. I've had a bit of trouble throwing stuff around, but I think I used to the PlayStation VR kind of throwing, because I play more on PSVR than PC VR, but definitely I've had a bit of trouble. It's something what I could get used to. You've got smooth turning or click turning if you want. Of course, the best thing is just turn your body, but on PSVR that might not be possibility, so turning is very nicely welcomed. Now in GORN you are a gladiator, you go into the arena, you've got king sitting on its thrones and he tells you shit what you have to do, and then you're doing it. He drops you weapons in the crates, you picking them up, and that's how you progressing through the game. To complete GORN, I think it's about 3.5 hours, maybe 4 hours, so it's not super short. You go in through the levels, you've got like 3 tiers, so you got like a little lift, what you choosing where to go, starting from first tier, and on each tier there is 3 different doors you can unlock. Behind each doors you got different challenges and different bosses, and also different weapons, and everything you unlock you can use it later in like a mode of the game where you can customize everything, which is pretty cool. Also what's cool is the boss battles, because they require some kind of tactics sometimes. It's not just a crazy wave your hands around game. Sometimes you have to think who to take down first, like if you got archers you need to get rid of those first, or at least knock them out, then fight other people. Some of enemies got armor, so you have to knock armor out. What I like, sometimes you can just pick armor off them and just punch them in the face. You can stab them if you wish and pull their heart out of their chest, because why not? You can punch them so hard that their eyeballs will fall out, and basically you can just chop them to bits. Very gory, but also it's on a hilariousness side of things, because graphics are not realistic at all, and everything got that rubbery feeling to it, even the weapons, but it translates nicely to VR as well, so I enjoyed it a lot. And speaking about the weapons, there is shitloads of them. Some of them are better than others. The double-handed weapons, you have to properly hold them with 2 hands, because otherwise they are so floppy that it's just not gonna work. You've got different weapons, got different advantages. Massive hammer will send your enemies flying across the stage. With bow you can take enemies from far away. You've got even little crossbows on your wrists what you can use. Wolverine claws, just tons and tons of stuff. The developers definitely put their imagination to the test very nicely, because they came out with some awesome hilarious ideas. While you'll be playing GORN, a lot of stuff you'll be doing by accident, that's how you're gonna learn the mechanics of the game, and sometimes it's got very hilarious effects. Like I said, on each stage you've got different forms of enemies to fight, so you know, before you fight them, the king will you drop different weapon and you have to use that weapon. Once you knock them out, you can pick their own weapon. When you fight enough of them, then there will be free for all mode when tons of gladiators goes to the stage and everyone fighting with each other, and it's absolute carnage. That stage turns red from the blood and it looks awesome. And then after that you got the boss fight. Bosses are very original as well, so you've got a lot to look forward to in the GORN, but also this customizable type of game. I enjoyed this a lot. What keeps me coming back to GORN is definitely this awesome gameplay. It's very addictive. The physics plays nicely with this game, so it's kind of like a sandbox game. You can experiment and do different things. The arena's got different traps as well, so you can go for those. And the amount of weapons what you can pick up, it's always make each game different and also each game super hilarious. Now I know all of you are super hyped for GORN, but as I said, I have no idea when it releases. The developers just said it's gonna be early 2020, they lately delayed it, so I don't know what the delay was. They probably just wanted to polish PlayStation VR port, because they said that they want the game to be as same as on PC, and you know, on PC is very good, so I'm assuming that's the good idea of them, because we don't want any cut down port of GORN. So the game will be coming in early 2020. It currently sells on Steam, it costs $20, so it's not too expensive. On the video it might look like you just enter one arena and fighting and that's all what's happening, but there is a lot of depth to the gameplay. I definitely enjoyed the game more than I expected when I've been playing it. And I think everyone will be positively surprised when they pick it up. There is no better thing than just taking somebody's helmet off, punch them in the face and then gouging their eyeballs out. Or if you got too many enemies around you trying to punch you, you can just chop their legs off. So at least it gives you a bit of time to quickly run away somewhere, you know, gather yourself together, put yourself back in place and start fighting again. Now, this is not super easy game. You know, it's kind of easy when you play on easy, but on normal you can like take few punches and you're dead. So to not die, your health is not represented on screen. Also, you won't be able to pick up any health packs or out. What you have to do is quickly knock out your enemies before you black out, and you'll be knowing when you're blacking out, because your vision will turn blurry a bit, your eyes will start blinking and you'll be panicking, trying to run to somebody and trying to quickly kill them. And sometimes it's not easy task, especially when they've got shields and armors. Of course you can destroy them all, but sometimes it can take time, so it's always good to go for like a flesh. Whenever you see a bit of flesh, just chop it, go with your knife and attack it. Okay, so I said at the beginning of the video that there is no new info about GORN, but obviously I lied, because there is some new info. I know some of you thinking I know release date because I was joking about it, but honestly I don't. But what I know, last week GORN got rated in Europe, which means they sent the copy of the version for PEGI rating board for people to play and give it rating what age is suitable for. Of course rated 18 because of extreme violence. But from what I know, after the game getting rated in Europe, it's usually month and a half, and usually 90% of times we see it being released on PlayStation Store. So it looks like we might see GORN about January, February time. Of course it's all speculation, but that's just what I know from the experience of doing this channel. As always, Australia is always first to rate their games, and Australian rating for GORN being out for a while, but Europe joins it now. So it looks like the game is just around the corner, and once you see the rating, ESRB rating, the US rating, which is the only one what we're waiting for, then we can definitely say that GORN is a couple of weeks away. So stay tuned to the channel, because I'm definitely following GORN, and once I know release date I'll be passing it on straight away. But as we got that rating, that is indication that this game, as the developer developers said will truly come out in early 2020. I wouldn't be surprised if we're gonna see it in January, maybe early February, but I don't see that it's gonna be any later than this. And like I said in this preview, I really enjoyed a lot of it, so definitely you've got something to look forward to. I definitely think it's very overhyped, but because it went viral on YouTube and tons of super popular YouTubers been playing it, screaming their lungs out, making their videos super entertaining. But also keep in mind that this game is way more entertaining while you're playing it than what you're seeing on the screen, and what you're seeing on the screen is already super awesome, so just imagine how awesome it will be in VR. When they announced the game, they put out trailer when the person playing it been smashing everything around, and it's kind of happening as well, because you're just forgetting about everything and you're going for it for fighting. So definitely there will be few cuts suffering from punched faces and maybe a few smashed candles and ornaments. Some screens definitely will suffer as well, but it's gonna be worth it because GORN definitely looks amazing, and from what I played on PC, it's as well on a longer side, and you can experiment so much with this game that you pretty much got tons and tons of hours to play with. Even though on screen it looks kind of like it's the same all the time, trust me, it's not. Okay, if you like what you're seeing, then please press a like, because it does help the channel a lot. And if you're new to the channel and are not subscribed, then subscribe. It's always better when it's more of us. And that's it, bye.